between the two of us, we'll have quite a big guest list.
You're on.
Yeah.
You're on, Greg.
Yeah, I usually get like plus 3 or 4 for me.
Good afternoon, Vancouver. Welcome to the show. I'm Marijuana Man. This is from under the seed desk here high atop the Cannabis Culture headquarters in downtown Vancouver. It's Wednesday, so that means Al has stopped by.
Yes. Well, actually, I live here. People don't realize that. I stay in the back room, but they only let me out on Wednesdays. Tuesday nights sometimes.
Well, and we're pretty glad he did. We're missing Kush Queen.
Yeah.
She's out there collecting taxes from the peasants again today.
Instead of Kush Queen, instead of the queen in between, we've got the terpenes in between.
Terpenes in between today. Yeah. Hidden by the sublimator, but it's there. And my phone is ringing.
That 80s office phone is ringing?
I've just passed that off to camera left.
Benson and Hedges.
Camera left.
How may I help you?
Which used to contain Rose and Jeremiah. I guess
Hi-Pod TV.
They're both still there, probably.
Rose is there. There's a part of her there. Now you can see her. She's talking on the phone now. But I'm talking on the microphone. Hi, guys.
Highfalutin stuff.
I just ran over from
Highfalutin.
our crazy new location. And if you haven't heard about it, go check it out on Davie Street.
Yes, we'll be heading over to the new location a little bit later on in the show. We got Mick Mann, who's apparently alive down there.
Yeah, I think so.
So
he was smoking
Mick
a
Mann
gigantic joint when I left. So
Mick Mann is there.
Well, then he's definitely live down there.
He was alive
He's
last
not dead.
time I talked to him, yes. So hang in for that. I can't see any chat today. I don't see the
I will
chat.
get you one of those.
Just look around. There's lots of people talking.
Someone will... I see a lot of chat. I hear a lot of chat. But I'm going to say hi to Green Supreme.
Green Supreme, hello.
I'm going to say hi to Canadian Giant. Cool. Maybe Weezer. Doob.
What's happening?
I'm just going to...
28 dabs.
Tuvok might be in the house.
Tuvok, yeah. Girl from Norway, maybe. Jam band fan.
Jam band fan. Wow, that's a good one.
Can I say a hello?
Ginga, yes.
Hey, Ginga.
You can say hello, yes. It's a phalanx of reefers going on here. We be blessed here in Vancouver. I'm smoking Pink Kush. What else? What else has been passed around here? Pink Kush. You
Pink
rolled
Kush,
something.
some Swerve.
Swerve PK, which could be
Well,
Pink Kush.
we're not sure. It's we don't think it's the Swerve PK anymore. It's definitely something from Swerve though.
An unknown variety of marijuana, which is probably a skunk number 1.
No, it's Pakistani landrace based.
Skunk number 2, they call it. So, yeah, I'm going to admit right off the top of the show that I fucked up this week because tomorrow happens to be my birthday. So... I didn't care about today as much. So I actually wrote the show for tomorrow.
You know, tomorrow, actually, it's a pretty amazing thing. The 16th now, 2 people very dear to me share a birthday on that date, and that's Greg. And that's my dear friend, the Golden Queen in Barcelona. And
really?
But yeah, that is today.
Really?
That
well,
is
happy
today.
birthday.
So happy birthday, Carolina.
Wow. Huh, I'm blown away.
Yeah. They share a birthday on the same day, but it's a day apart from each other. I'm not picking the mic up.
I'm
Everybody in the chat saying happy.
What do you mean it's hard to hear me?
So I went ahead and prepared a show for tomorrow.
Well, what do you want to do today then? Seems
Well,
absurd
I'm gonna
to do the show that's written for tomorrow today.
I'm going to have to do it today. So, here goes. Tomorrow.
All right.
No. On my birthday in history, here's a few things that have happened. Queen Anne of England knighted Sir Isaac Newton on this very day in 1705. They didn't call him Sir Isaac before that. It was just, hey, Isaac, how's it going?
It's true. He was actually Isaac Hayes before that.
Isaac, can I get another fig from you?
Sir Isaac Hayes. Newton.
That'd be a great strain name, Sir Isaac Hayes. We're clever. We're still. Jeremiah.
Well, that would be the Ike Turner hit to the Diana Ross.
They should call it Strange Shaft.
Shaft.
I hit
I
Diana
don't even
Ross
wanna
with Ike Turner and produced. We like to call it
You
lawsuit.
produce Isaac Hayes.
Now, there's another interesting thing that happened on my very birthday in 1818. The United States Senate ratified a treaty which, in fact, established the Canadian border.
Really?
Yes. It was called the Bush-Bagot Treaty.
I
Bag
find
it.
that hard to believe. What's happened?
Put the bush
Vladimir
in the
Hammer's
bag.
I don't.
You don't believe that,
I don't
do
believe
you?
it. Nope.
Well, tomorrow you will.
All right. All right. Today it seems absurd, but of course this show is written for tomorrow. So
Now, for you sports fans out there, a thing that happened on April 16th in 1940, Bob Feller, as we used to call him, he was the only pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball to pitch a no-hitter on opening day.
that's an accomplishment.
You believe that, though,
You know
don't
how
you?
I know that that's an accomplishment? Because he's the only one to do it.
Not like Sir Isaac Newton.
Hayes.
Why would you knight him?
And the first McDonald's opened. But
That's
today.
exactly right. That's today.
Yeah.
April 15th, their first restaurant opened because they knew I was coming.
Well, they kind of needed a destination for you to have the birthday party.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know this, but Greg's birthday is also the first birthday that McDonald's had the day after they opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. First birthday party ever at McDonald's.
Just want to say thanks to McDonald's for that. And the generous check they send me every year.
You get royalties for the birthday party.
Yeah. What else happened in history? In Dodge City.
Oh no, he's not doing one.
Huh? Well, I'll do one.
Too late.
No.
No, ladies first.
In Dodge City, Kansas, the famous Bat Masterson fought his last gun battle.
Bat Masterson?
Yeah.
The famous Bat Masterson?
The famous Bat Masterson.
The last gun battle
Last
of Bat
gun
Masterson.
was April
Your birthday
16th.
marks the anniversary thereof.
Yep.
Wow.
And
You just
luckily
blew my
enough,
mind, bro.
that information wasn't followed by, and Bat Masterson died. Honey, it's just his last gun battle. He walked away.
He was just like, all right, I'm done. You know what?
Yeah,
I'm hanging up the 6-shooter.
I'm gonna quit a winner.
Bat Masterson was like, that's just retiring the guns.
So what
He
else?
Actually, he picked up horseshoes after that. He became a horseshoe champion.
Albert Hoffman discovered LSD on my birthday.
I got a painting of that. I do.
Sir Albert Hoffman, not
Hayes.
Sir Albert Hoffman Hayes. His mom remarried. So there's some little known facts about tomorrow for you to ponder through the day and into the night.
Or today, depending where you are in the world.
Or today. That's right. Now, man, oh man, it's just so fucking wacky reading things on Google anymore. Rose sent me a story. This is fucking insane. This is going on in Maryland, where they were smoking terpenes first. Talk amongst yourselves.
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, it's a great landscape right now, Jer.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
It's breathtaking.
I did.
It is.
That was
Hey, there we go. Look at that.
extracts with some terps. Wow.
You got your chat.
Okay, well,
Now I'm working on Skype.
it's about 4:15, so
Yeah.
I don't know if we got McMahon hooked up yet.
We're working on it.
Do we?
Who's next?
Is he on right now?
He will be
He
soon.
will- oh,
We'd
Skype
like to
call.
go down to the new location for 420.
Yeah. Skype.
Wow, that's fucking a lungful.
Thank you.
An absolute lungful.
You know, everybody accepts Skyping as just a normal thing, right? To me, it's still weird.
It is. And
Video
It's
phones, now it's
tricky.
FaceTime.
it's
tricky to make it work.
FaceTime
My
and all
Apple
that
phone.
stuff. It's still just weird.
Apple came out with a wristwatch
Back
this
to the
week.
future.
Big invention. Apple's new wristwatch. Did you see that?
Oh, there he
Hey?
is.
Oh, that's
We
the
have
biggest
McMahon
thing in
here
fucking
now.
technology this week. A wristwatch.
Hey guys, how are
Oh,
you?
we can't hear him yet, though, or we can't see him yet. Hold on a sec. I'm going to get the little...
We're trying to get to McMahon, who's been held hostage down at the...
Can't start.
Oh, because it's using the video to do other things.
Yeah, new location
Won't be able
for
to see us, but we'll be able to see
CCHQ.
him.
Let me know I can hear you, gentlemen.
We should be able to hear him if I turn up this volume loud enough here. Mick, are you there now?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, brother. And hold on, I'm just going to turn your cam on.
There he is.
Just sizing it right now. You're not going to be able to see us, Mick, but we're going to be able to see you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. I don't know if he can
The
hear us.
Verizon ad.
I can hear you.
No, I can't
I
hear
don't
him.
see you though, but I do hear you.
No, we
Okay.
can't hear you. You
is
can
that Mick?
see
I'm
us,
just
but
going
we
to
can't hear
pick
you.
this thing up here.
Is that Mick
confuse
right
him.
now? I can't hear
Yeah,
him.
there we go. We can see
Okay.
and hear you now.
There we are. We're at the new lounge here. It's opening day,
Nice.
and wow, this is a really great place. Lots of people still here, hard at work, and little final touches. I'm just sort of spinning around. You can see what's going on behind me. There's some people enjoying the hers behind us there.
Nice.
Excellent.
Some of the staff members taking a break.
Nice. Travis and Swansea. So yeah, this is at 1674 Davie Street, I believe is the address. Right down between Bidwell and Cardero, right by the beach. It's a pretty nice little
Yeah,
spot
we're
down there.
down here in the heart of the West End at 1674 Davie, and open
Yeah.
every day from 10 a.m. till midnight, except on Friday and Saturdays till 1.
Maybe just spin
I'm
your
going to turn the
camera
camera
around.
around and have you guys take a look
Yeah.
at the lounge behind me.
Yeah, there's this nice long bar that we have there for all kinds of dabbing equipment and everything. This is very cool because this is the first time that we've really expanded the lounge concept outside of our spot right here on the Pot
Yeah, it
Walk.
really
So
magnifies
our
anything
current
we-
location at 307, the one that we're recording in, is really one of the only places in Vancouver that you can smoke marijuana indoors. And actually light your joints before 5 p.m. There's a couple other lounges on this block, but mostly, in the city, there's not a lot of lounges. There's a lot of dispensaries, but not a lot of lounges. And at the back of this lounge, if Mick points to the back of the lounge for a sec there, you'll see that we actually have a Eden dispensary inside of the lounge at the back. And so if you have a medical card and you have a note from your doctor, you could go in and actually purchase marijuana from Eden and then consume that in the lounge too. So we're kind of merging the concepts together. Other dispensaries in town have their own lounges, but this is the first one where you can be a recreational smoker and team up
Are you
with the
still there? I
marijuana.
think we lost.
Oh, we got you still.
Oh, there you are. You're there.
Yeah, we see you.
Well, who's working over
Good
there
stuff.
today?
Good stuff. So I'm just going to put this back down. Oh, look at that.
That looks good. Good ad for 3 happy cats there.
I just see we're at 419, so
Oh,
I'm prepared a bowl for 420 here.
nice.
We'll have our first 420 at the second location, the new location.
Excellent.
And yeah, it's good to be here. And wow, guys are doing an amazing job here. And I know Jody was around.
There's Jody Emery right there.
now. Jody, do you want to join us for the first 420?
Hi,
We're on.
Jody
It is
Emery.
almost
Hello,
420.
Jody.
isn't it?
It is. Look at this. Here's the clock.
And it's what day?
419.
Oh, it's really almost 420. I was like, 409.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, high fives. And we are in the new space. Oh, cool. What's this, Nick?
This is skull pipe
Oh, nice. Cool. That looks beautiful.
from Happy Dead Stuff.
Happy to stuff.
Yeah,
That's really nice
it's burning.
detail. on
So,
it.
Jody,
Oh yeah, this was something I got from the Great Canadian Glass Gathering.
Another event that's happened to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, somewhat like our 420.
Happy 420.
Happy 420, and that is happening on Monday. Come down to the art gallery. Is there a little choke on
Yes,
your
there
tongue?
is right there.
Cool. Look.
So, happy 420 from the new second location, Cannabis
Yeah.
Culture's Lounge here at 1674 Davie Street.
That's right.
And
Beauty.
come on down. There'll be lots of stuff going on here because it's constantly changing. I know also Chris Bennett has his store downstairs,
Urban
Urban
Shaman.
Shaman too.
Yeah, everything's being set up, and we're following the model Marc always wrote about for people: how to start your own head shop or hemp store. And this is the first time we've ever expanded to a second location. So it's a very interesting learning experience, and I'm really excited about it. We have a giant team now. Cannabis Culture as an organization employs 43 people, and we're trying to learn how to make a second location work. So this is brand new for us, but it's very exciting because I believe there's a market for it, and I encourage you to come down because we need you to support us to grow bigger. Because Marc's model was always that you don't need to have a bunch of money to invest in opening a place. Just open and pay as you go. Like, make some money by selling stuff and then put that money towards getting more stuff to sell to make money to sell. You get it.
So it's constantly changing here. So
yeah. This
every
is
time you
bare
come
bones.
down. Yeah.
Come back, you get like the behind the scenes look, and then in about 6 years you'll be like, oh, I was back when it first opened. I was there.
remember when.
I remember when, the old days. And so yeah, lots of history at our old place, but lots of new memories to be made here. So come check out this beautiful view. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a gorgeous view of the mountains and sunshine and cherry blossom type flowers all over these trees outside our windows. There's bar seating, tall tables so you can take in the view. But there's also lots of couches and skylights all the way and munchies and all sorts of things.
And I'll have video and photos from today on my show, not this Monday because it's 420, but the following week.
Awesome. Very
right.
busy times ahead. So come on down, 1674 Davie Street, just a block and a half from the beach. Come on up.
Can you
Sounds
guys
like more
hear us
people are
still?
showing up. So,
Can you hear us?
We'll go back to under the seed desk and meanwhile we'll be here for a while. Come on down and say hi and you can get high. Happy 420.
peace,
From
guys.
420 week, I'm Opus.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Opus and Jody. Love you guys. All right.
Well, there you go, live from the new location, the first 420 in history down there. We were thrilled to be here for it, so they're going to do very well down there because it's a good concept. And come on down to the store here at 307 West Hastings and the Seed Desk. Vancouver Seed Bank's on the second floor. We're here every day. And we're getting blasted today on the Terpinator.
Yeah, that was really nice, that dab. And sorry, Al, tell us what that was that I was dabbing. You described it to me.
These are steam distilled terpenes. It's terpene profile extracted from some OG. And we're dabbing it with some OG.
Okay, that stuff's
Oh,
wicked.
God,
you know.
that's a big
that
slap.
just made me sweat in places I didn't realize a person could sweat.
Quite a lovely hit that develops into. Holy moly. But here's a weird thing that we ran across in the news the other day from fucking Maryland. 2 kids in this small town, the mom lets them just go out. And the Child Protection Services took the kids away from the parent because the kids were being allowed to be free range.
Free range
Kids.
children?
Yeah. Kids,
That's fucking absurd.
kids cannot be free range anymore.
That is crazy.
Isn't that fucking insane?
The notion of free range children is just
Well, that's how much control the state has over
crazy.
kids and parents. It's like if you let your kids play outside and you're not watching them all the time, right? Like that's what they're up for.
Don't
And
you
it
know
turns
there's a
out
prohibition against free range children?
Yeah, it turns out the only people that you have to be worried about kidnapping or terrorizing your children are the local police and
Well,
the,
I guess-
the fucking social workers, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I guess that's a good thing for people that want to build parking lots because they can now convert parks into parking lots because of the ban on free range children.
Well, yeah, and you can't leave your kids in the car, stuff like that. Right? I remember when I was a kid, it's like, you stay in the car. And other words, like, holy shit, no.
I wanted to stay in the car.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go wherever they were going. What the fuck? You get into more trouble being in the car.
Well, yeah, like my dad didn't want to look after me and do his shopping, so he said, you stay in the car, don't touch anything, right?
Yeah, it's gone way too crazy and too far. And with that, I was stunned by that,
Crazy.
actually.
It's
Holy shit.
It's overkill, right?
Now, when I was a kid, we weren't allowed to be out at home. They go, why are you in the house?
No, there was actually a prohibition
Get
on
out.
children in their own yards.
Indoors, yeah.
During daylight hours, you could not go into the house.
Prohibition against indoor children. That's right.
So, that was fucking nuts. Now, here's another stupid thing that's going on in Calgary. Calgary's going to have its first medical marijuana clinic. It's called the 420 Clinic. And it is designed to assist people through the medical marijuana sign-up process. And now, and it's going to be located in the basement of a pub.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Really?
so there's been some concerns. Now they're not going to sell pot; they're just going to
places,
advise
any?
people.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, the Skype doctor?
So this is the Inglewood Business Revitalization Zone is thinking that maybe this isn't a good thing to have now. They think it's maybe not a business that they would like to get behind, right? Now, the clinic is already a member of that organization and has a business license to operate. So, but it's still conditional to an inspection by, get this, and they have to be inspected by the Crime Prevention Through Environment Design Program. Crime Prevention Through Environment Design is what they're
Who's
called.
making this shit up?
Oh,
Who's doing it?
bureaucrats. Just making up fucking departments like that. Now, you know what that is? The Crime Prevention Through Environment Design Program, such as surveillance cameras, fences, and signs.
Watchtowers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
We just build them into the land. We'll just blend it in.
the Environmental Design Program
telephone
are
poles will have
surveillance
watchtowers.
cameras and fences to keep crime down.
yeah.
When did they think of that? A fence. Fucking nice. 1750 they come up with the fence.
Well, it's
Fence.
a visual deterrent, you know.
It can be. But you put the fence too high, it'll cover the camera.
That's what the watchtowers
So
are.
that's going on in Calgary. Now here's something stats. Canada released some information today suggesting that marijuana use among young Canadians, guess this, is declining. It's going down.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, it must have broke their hearts to have to say that, though.
It's
Really.
actually declining.
Oh, no
We need less
kidding.
money next year.
Yeah.
That's what that says. A cut in funding. Or maybe they're going to have to do a long-term study on why there's a decline in cannabis use amongst teens to get more funding.
Yes.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Get more funding through environmental design program.
Yeah.
Give us more money through the
Isn't that a
environmental
course
design
in
program.
university?
Yeah. The university
It's kind of like landscaping, but environmental design.
Yeah, the University of Getting Government Money, I think it's called. A lot of people go to it and graduate with living color. The world's fucking insane. Really. It's gone absolutely berserk. Something's happened. Right? Like, I've been around a while, and now something's fucking clicked recently. Something's changed. I don't know what it is. But watch out. Just watch out. It's, but good to know that marijuana use of young Canadians is declining. Maybe it's not a good thing because the stats on young Canadians drinking and dying and mashing themselves all up and shit like that is way high.
I got a theory on that.
I got a theory.
Yeah. Kids don't really want to do what their parents and grandparents do.
That's true.
Right? And the generation that are parenting the teens are the demographic that are my age and a little bit younger to climbing up the ladder there. So I think it's just not hip amongst kids anymore because it's like my grandpa smokes weed.
Well, yeah.
That's what it is. Let's do some Molly. That's what that is. You know?
Yeah, they
My
would.
grandma does Molly, so.
It's a designer world, and
It absolutely is.
Everything's about being faster and more schizophrenic, and that's where.
Oh, absolutely, it's fucking insane. I
When,
wish
when,
you would.
when we were in Europe.
Okay, let's move on to a new subject.
When we were in Europe, talking to some of the young people, like it's not uncommon to just go out and do a bunch of ketamine, and that's your drug of choice. It's huge in Europe. 2CB, ketamine, weird fucking bath salt concoctions, and that's what kids are consuming there. And I think
like the 2CB, but I don't know about ketamine.
I don't like either.
I didn't like 2CB either. It was fucking
It's
stupid.
fucking nuts.
It was
stuff.
such a synthetic high.
It is, yeah.
Right? Like you can feel that, and you go, "This is fucking stupid. I don't like it at all," because it's just, I don't know. It's like being.
It's kind of like a broken mirror. 2CB.
Yeah.
It's just so fractured of a high. It's crazy.
Everything. Yeah, I hated it.
Very schizophrenic, eclectic high.
The only time I did it,
Constantly changing.
we were having a big party at my house, and there was fucking lines being cut on the table, and the invitation to snort this. And then, as soon as I did that, somebody said, "Oh, I think that was way too much."
Oh no, and that's the wrong stuff. That's too much of the wrong stuff.
Yeah. So, sometimes it's like that. As soon as you walk away, "Oh, I think that was too much." Oh, good.
I've got a rule
Yeah,
when
thanks
it
for the
comes to
warning.
drugs.
Yeah.
My rule is don't ingest anything that you can't identify. And that's my rule.
Well, these were trusted friends.
Still.
And they didn't know what it was. So, they themselves didn't know what it was. But taking drugs that you don't know what it is on the decline, apparently. Stats Canada.
That's because we're in an age of information.
That's probably true, actually.
Actually, this is.
I've never heard that
There's,
before.
yeah, no, there's actually, I think there's a record low of a number of young people, like people who are,
There's a record number of young people here today.
no, I mean like in the world,
There's a record number of high young people here today.
doing less toxic things. To them.
Records of young people are on the decline.
The
I
records
heard
themselves.
ski slopes are on
That's
the
because they
decline.
don't do a census anymore.
Yeah, hardly
know that?
anyone releases vinyl anymore.
And vinyl, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's a big thing on... some guy came up with this idea and he calls it Hi There. And it's supposed to be the Tinder for marijuana fans. Whatever the fuck that means. Some sort of social networking is what Tinder is, I guess. So, and this one's called Hi There. People who are marijuana aficionados and would like to meet others this way. So they launched it a month or two ago, but then they found out that really they could only sell the apps to people who lived in places where marijuana was legal.
They found out there's something called Instagram, where all the marijuana aficionados go.
Well, Hi There found out that they couldn't get through anywhere but in the 3 states that have legalized, so they fucking said, okay, well, we won't allow anyone to put marijuana pictures on our site. And Apple and Google snapped them up like that and went global with them today.
So, is that it was 2-tiered? They were only allowed in the other places before, and now it's everywhere, or is it still only allowed in Colorado?
Now it's everywhere, but they said that we won't allow anybody to put marijuana pictures on our site, and they're actively yanking them. And
Well, that's all right, though.
they want to really downplay the potential of anyone suggesting that you should use marijuana, or so. I have to wonder if you're going to sign up. What the fuck are you going to talk about? Like,
Not about
why would you
marijuana.
be there? Right?
Don't
If you
post
can't
any
even
pics of what you're doing.
you can't talk about saying, hey, marijuana's good for you, or hey, did you smoke a big fatty, or here's a picture of my weed, or any of these things about on a marijuana app.
I like the idea,
It'll
though.
be like,
Well,
I think
yeah.
it's hilarious. and
I'm
awesome.
looking at a really
If
nice
it was let
bud.
go.
No, really, I am. I can't show you a picture, but this is a really nice bud. Really, no, it is. It's super
You got to
nice.
meet to check it out,
That's
though.
what the post will be.
Yeah.
Check me out on Instagram.
I had a toke once.
See, the whole thing about Tinder is that... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Greg, but the whole thing about Tinder is you're not supposed to really chat that much on it. You're supposed to meet up. So you should go and look at the buds directly, and that's what... Isn't Hi There just a copy of Tinder, essentially?
Well, I was quite surprised, but off they went. Apple and Google snapped it up.
Yeah.
It's worth billions now for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why Google snapped it up. Right. I don't trust the fucking internet anymore. At all. Like, the internet to me has been just the meaning of it has become quantity versus quality. Like, it's just stuff now. Fucking everything goes viral. So, and then the news picks up on what goes viral. Right? You go, holy fuck, this is stupid. And who determines if, in fact, Google could actually say, or YouTube could say, well, here's the numbers of views. It doesn't have to be that many views. They could tomorrow morning go, there's been 4 million hits on this. And everybody on the planet will hit it because 4 million people hit it, and they don't want to miss it, right? You could make anything viral tomorrow morning if you were Google or YouTube.
Well, you have to have enough people to watch it, though, really, though.
Yeah, but who knows? How do I know that the numbers that they say have watched this is not just a number they've punched in? Right?
Well,
It could be done that way. If I owned YouTube, I could easily say, okay, well, I'd kind of like that video to be viral today. For whatever reason.
Yeah, you're right. They can just jack anything they
Because
want
they
up.
know that it's going to hit 60 minutes or it's
Yeah.
going to go on the
Well,
Ellen
they
DeGeneres
claim they
show.
don't do that.
Yeah.
And but you know, you figure that guys like the Anonymous crew would be busting their asses for shit like that, or somebody would catch him, and it'd be a big scandal.
So interestingly enough, I don't know. It's hard to wade through the nonsense that's out there.
It's mostly nonsense, to find the tidbits of non-nonsense or sense.
Here's a story that comes from Forbes magazine. They've got they're really interested in marijuana. They have a lot of articles about marijuana in Forbes because they're just like, you know that weasel on Bugs Bunny cartoons that was fucking really frantic and.
That's Forbes.
That's what they're like. They're just going,
Tweakers.
We gotta get this gold, the gold rush, the money that can be made in marijuana. And I'd have to say that that's probably true. But not by you guys who are like that.
But they're eager.
Like, really. They're just going absolutely berserk. But so, Forbes magazine. The girl who wrote this article, her last name was Weed. Now you go, okay, I don't know. Yeah. Elaine Weed or something like that. And I'm going, I don't know. Like, it's Forbes. You go, come on, I don't know. So, at any rate, it was a simple article about how it said marijuana growers have inspired lighting company to innovate. And they're talking about LED, which, I don't know, was invented in 1968 or something. But
there are some pretty mainstream lighting companies that have been working in Europe with cannabis and LEDs, though.
Yeah, and it's a great thing. However, they reference me to two different companies making making grow lights for marijuana. Well, I don't even say their names. Fuck that. One place tells me that they have full spectrum from gamma to infrared. I'm going, really? Gamma rays? You're going to have gamma rays in my fucking grow room? You can't have that on people at all. That'll kill you. Right? And probably the light.
Safe levels of gamma rays.
Yeah. There's none.
Safe levels.
Safe levels of gamma.
Not enough to turn you into a superhero.
Yeah.
Holy.
Bruce Banner
Yeah,
comes into the room.
Less than the Hulk absorb.
Yeah.
The science behind that and the lighting.
Interestingly enough, they didn't show me the spectrum of which they were drawing their light from, but they said gamma to infrared. You go, really? Not a fucking chance. So the other company, I went over to their site, and they've got big-time marijuana grow lights, and they showed the spectrum, and it doesn't go lower than 400 nanograms in terms of UVB. And it's just the same as metal
between
halide.
270 and 280 is that magic window in
So, interestingly
in the
enough,
UVB world.
They don't know what they're fucking talking about. It's a little distressing to me when I look at all this shit, right? Like, a lot of stuff is being said, a lot of conjectures being made about what is what in terms of marijuana, how it works, why it works. And I don't know. It's just getting massively confusing because we're ripping marijuana apart now, and we're still left with all the questions that we're left with, right? Like science. Science is it's kind of quasi-science that's going on here around it, because there isn't any big-time scientists that are yet have had time to do too much.
Well, there's a lot of research going on in Israel and places like that, but how much of it is actively being shared and how much of it is being kept for their own purposes, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The testing, it drives us fucking crazy about this testing business.
Testing does really drive me nuts, the numbers that come out from testing. And the way people interpret tests. I I can't argue it when somebody puts 100 milligrams of ground up cannabis in a vial and does an extraction with it and puts that in the machine. Their interpretation is that 100 milligrams yields X amount of cannabinoids. Those cannabinoids equal X amount of percentage of that 100 milligrams. But there's another way to interpret that. And that way is that the volume, right? The volume of that liquid, the alcohol that they're using in their cannabis sample with the 100 milligrams, if you were to take that volume, extract all of the resins, evaporate the volume, and then test that little tiny bit of oil, then you can come up with a real-time test of how much cannabinoids are actually in your 100 milligrams. Because the way it's interpreted is, it's a percentage of the volume, but people use it as a percentage of the actual milligrams of cannabis. But it's a percentage of the volume of liquid. So I don't know. There's obviously more than one way to interpret that, but the protocol dictates that we have to interpret it the one way in order for the test to work.
Well, and this is science.
Oh no, you had me at cannabis.
I mean, math is the same, right? We can come up with all sorts of fantastical formulas that really actually don't equate unless you introduce a constant that augments the equation to make it work. Well, if I have an equation and I have to introduce a fantastical augmentation of that equation in order to make it work, the equation doesn't work.
As in the case of Albert Einstein? Because I did go online today and look up how science isn't necessarily always correct. Right, and that was one of the main instances with his theory of relativity. He had to insert the universal constant he made up, because at the end of his equation it didn't work. So if I make up this fucking constant, then it'll work.
And if you search long enough, like, you might have to search a really long time to find the constant that will make your equation work.
Well, in
But
his case, they
equation
found
works.
out that the universe was in fact expanding, which he didn't know, and he went, oops. He admitted to have made the mistake, and they took the constant out. But they have since put it back.
There you go, Einstein.
So that's just one case. There's fucking thousands of them. There's an awful lot of cases in science of scientists faking their results, never having done their tests, all sorts of false shit. People who have actually, I think, won Nobel Prizes have been involved and stuff. Very shady business, the science world.
The science stuff is very shady.
Because anybody
shrouded in secrecy.
Yeah, fucking walking around with some disease in my pocket, you'll pretty much do as I ask. Right? I don't know. So, I'm not too sure that science is the be-all and end-all to everything around us, just because they say, like, the potential exists for humans to invent a machine to find the result that I'm looking for.
It's true.
It beeped. Yes, it beeped.
Well, we made it. We designed it to beep because you wanted it to
beep when you find THC, and it beeped, and you went there. Right, it beeped.
Well, the problem with a lot of these tests is when people are interpreting the results. We have THCA, we have THC. There's different.
So much. There's so
different
much
forms, right?
here.
And they just add all that together, and they say, okay, well, I've got 90%, or I've got 20%, or I've got 30% THC.
So,
but in reality, the THC that's present, the minute the person starts to consume it, will decarboxylate further into CBN, and the THCA that's present isn't going to decarb 1-to-1 into THC. So those levels are they're useless, because when you consume it, it's going to be a completely different amount as you're consuming that.
Yes. Well, I find that prohibition is 100% potent. Right? Fucking potency of prohibition's gone up a lot.
The potency? I don't know. I kind of think the potency's gone down because we see more cannabis everywhere.
Well, it still ain't legal, is my point.
No, it's not
Doesn't
legal.
sound as funny that way.
Everything's
When
still an opposite and equal reaction, right? So,
If there's a
As long
constant,
as
if you
the
throw that
prohibition's
constant
there,
in there,
that's
I
what'll
think we
happen.
can introduce a constant to
Nothing
make
can be
cannabis
measured by
legal.
that means.
we should be able to.
Very true.
Here's the constant is, fuck you, we're always going to smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's the
It's gonna be
constant
same it
here
always
in the
was,
equation.
The way it always will be.
So, yeah, I think we got everybody's name correct in the chat too, eh? BC Vic Vape Stoner.
Cool.
He says, OMG.
Yeah, my friend invented those chocolates.
That's a giant piece.
True story.
Go sip on this for a moment.
Yeah.
Get her all sucked into the
at
chamber.
that.
Holy cow. That's delicious.
That stuff's wicked.
I love it.
I'm hooked.
What else is going on?
Smooth.
You have 420s coming up on
I'm
Monday.
a terpaholic.
What do you think of
Yahoo.
that rosin, boys?
I really support heat extraction. For me though, because I'm always using the sublimator, I'm already heat extracting.
Right.
So it seems absurd to add the extra steps in order for me to consume it, where I can just put the flower right in there and I'm getting the rosin.
Yeah.
Yes.
the
It's
stuff on the
it's
bottom
literally
is
heat
the
extracting
same
that,
thing.
turning it into a gas.
Exactly, and the supplement or
Yeah.
whatever it is that drips
But
out of there is
but I
essentially
really
liquid
support
rosin.
the heat extraction. I think it's
Probably better.
Yeah.
it's a safe, affordable method
It's free.
for people to play around with cannabis alchemy, and it gets you high, and you can produce some really high-end product if you develop the proper techniques. And I think the commercial production of rosin is just around the corner.
And that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't have enough weed to fucking play with it.
Well, people
Right.
are getting really high yields out of very mid-grade hash, right? You know, hash that's just kind of regular. You can do a rosin extract and get 40 to 60% of its weight. And all of a sudden, your $10 gram of hash, you take 2 grams of hash for $20, you make a gram of rosin extract. And that gram of rosin extract right now is retailing in the clubs for $160.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So $20 worth of hash gives you $160 worth of rosin.
No, it's-
What the fuck are you
I know,
guys
it's
talking
crazy.
about? It's crazy.
Well,
but
now's
but
the
it,
time.
it's adding
Now's the time to invest in hair straighteners and T-shirt presses.
what I like about it is people that don't have access to connoisseur level resins and stuff can all of a sudden just get some mid-grade hash and do a heat extraction. Now they have access to a connoisseur level
Yeah, anybody can do it.
extract, and
There's
that's
a funny
good.
meme going
It
around.
opens it up for everybody to consume something that's high quality.
Yeah, there's this meme that shows a
I
girl
don't think
with
it's
her hair
fair
straightener.
that clubs are charging that much money for it.
It'll
and
go
that-
down.
No, it won't.
You don't think?
No,
150,
because the
60
people
bucks?
that are manufacturing it are never going to take the price break.
Maybe, but everybody else.
crazy?
But if everybody can manufacture it, then somebody will.
Everybody can manufacture it, but
It'll go
That's
down
the
a little
law of
bit.
the free
Not
market,
too
man.
much. They don't want it
Yeah.
to go down
If
too
there's
much.
added
everybody
competition,
can
somebody
grow
will be
weed
like,
too,
fuck,
right?
lower the price and
Yeah.
make a little extra money.
What happened?
yeah, there's a door
I
open.
can take care of that.
The yeah, I don't know. It's fun. I love it. It
Yep.
keeps some really nice flavors
Yeah,
to
I
it.
really I support it all the way.
The dab world's in its infancy, so much to be discovered with that. And
There isn't much
fun.
going on we haven't already done. like,
Well,
a
yeah,
long
and
time
that's
ago,
the
right?
thing. It's not
Round and
necessarily a
around.
new technique either. Like rosin extract's been around as long as heat pressing hash has
Yeah.
been around. When people are
Use-
taking 50-ton presses and
You use
they're
your
taking
what?
their hash and they're
An
putting it in a
iron
50-ton press.
Yeah.
guess what's coming out onto the press is the rosin. That's not really anything new.
No.
In Afghanistan and stuff, they used to take that stuff off of their presses and then mix that back in with lower grade hash. But that's...
So, it's fun as it goes,
Yeah.
but don't let them
I'm
charge
happy
you
that
so
it's,
much.
I'm happy that it's
not
at
right.
it's at the forefront now. I think that's awesome.
Each step that people are doing, though, it gets more expensive for the consumer. You go, well, I don't know if I wanted you to do that in the first place, but it's interesting. I don't know.
It's a crime what some of these dispensaries are charging for this stuff that they call whatever they're calling it.
It's street prices.
It's a pretty good market.
No, they're higher than street prices.
More.
Yeah, higher than street prices. I know. It's
Street prices are really fucking low.
You can get some. You can get some inside the dispensaries for like $3 a gram.
Yeah, but
or
it's not
something,
consumable.
$2 a gram. You're right. Yes.
Well, you can get
It's
bombs,
like yeah,
right?
you can get a bag of swag anywhere for $2 a gram.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. You get a bunch of the swag from one of the dispensaries. You get yourself a hair straightener.
Yeah.
You make it into rosin. You sell it back
Well,
to them for,
you might want to be careful because some of those swag bags from the dispensaries are.
Well, you might want. Yeah, you got to be.
Make
choosy,
sure there's
of
no
course.
hair in it, too. I've seen too
You might
much
be
of
pressing
that
out spider
rosin.
mite bodies.
Well, it's just like whatever. Cannabis.
I got
You
mite
haven't
rosin.
tried- I love spider mite rosin.
I've
Mite
had
and
Bug
drip
rosin is the
yeah.
way
even
too
better
much
than weed.
rosin with hair still in it from
Gets you higher.
I like
And we're not saying all clubs, but some clubs out there to enable to
I'd
get
say
people
most of them
to,
or
to
all
get
of them.
people affordable weed. Sometimes they have to compromise quality.
oh yeah, it's not. There's not enough weed out there. It's very competitive, and
It is.
They will find that in Colorado. They find it everywhere, right? That a lot of people want marijuana now, even more and more and more and more and more they do, and they will continue to. So people better get ready.
I think pretty much every club in this city, if you wanted to pay the $10 or $12 for a gram, you're gonna get something good. Like I don't think there's anybody out there right now selling shit weed for top dollar in the clubs, but they're low dollar weed. Most of it's very compromised.
But on it goes.
Speaking of dispensaries, though, in our Cannabis Culture, our new Cannabis Culture location, at the back of it, there's an Eden dispensary. And Eden is one of the, I think, respected dispensaries in town here. They have a lot of locations. They're doing some pretty good stuff. Of course, their prices are like the other dispensaries, I would think.
Well,
They kind of have to charge on the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but they've
if you have a doctor's note, you can go there and you can purchase your cannabis and grab your stuff and
Yeah.
consume it in the lounge. And yeah, I don't know.
Marc
I think
teamed
that
up with them and
Yeah.
built a little lounge off to the side, and you never know. We'll have some seed information down there. Might
Yeah,
get a
that's the next thing
stool
is the
off to the
seed bank.
side one day and just sit there, sell sling seeds,
Like, look, I'm glad it's
skunk and
accessible,
Afghani.
but Consumer beware, right? That's all you can say.
Right.
Just know what makes good.
Well, you can always
right? What works.
take a look at the weed. That's the bonus.
Always beware of stuff that doesn't smell like weed.
So
Chances are it's got a flavoring agent on it.
here's the last story for today. There was a couple of people coming from Canada going down to the United States. That's probably at the border at Thunder Bay. And when they were going through the border, they admitted to the border guard, "Oh, we got a couple joints." So that, of course, initiated
Oh, no.
a search, which uncovered a case of maple syrup. So, turns out, wasn't a case of maple syrup at all. All the cans were contained marijuana.
Uh-oh.
they told them they had a couple joints.
Yeah, they figured, I guess. Let's tell them we got a couple of joints. That'll probably
Fucking stoner logic.
that'll put them off the fucking weed and the maple syrup. Because that was their last line of defense, right? Was to say, no, there's a bunch of weed in the maple syrup. They figured if telling them that we have a couple of joints doesn't work, then we'll spring the big news on them and say we got 3 pounds. Maybe they'll let us through. Was the plan, I guess.
Genius.
Like,
Yeah.
Dude, where's my syrup?
none of it was maple syrup?
No.
Wow.
I want to try this weed maple syrup.
Well, that might be quite good.
Yeah.
But
What's this on the set?
more intrigue around maple syrup in Canada, that's for sure. I'm fucking crazy, though, eh?
You know, maybe that's the people who are stealing it.
Ah.
The gangsters who stole all the maple syrup
The
have
maple
now
theft.
infused it all.
They traded the
Interesting.
maple syrup for weed.
Yeah, and then
But
put it in the
weed
jars.
in the maple syrup packaging. The packaging was not included in the deal.
Somebody's still got the
Like,
syrup.
you can
though.
have the syrup, but we're keeping the packaging.
Yeah,
Valuable packaging.
it's sad that this is what's going on out there. So don't tell them that you have weed on you. Pretty good rule of thumb.
Especially if you're smuggling a whole bunch more in the maple syrup cans. It's like kind of
So-
stupid, guys.
Don't be like that. So yeah, thanks for everybody who joined in on the chat today. Yeah, I actually got a chance to have the chat there and then never looked at it once.
Ah, well,
Right?
at least it was there.
At least it was there. You knew that I could see that Backpacker 20 was there. Clam Toes, as always.
Clam toast.
Green Supreme 2, 28 dabs later. Yeah, we guessed a lot of you guys,
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
So, sorry about today's show being tomorrow's show, but
Happy
We'll
birthday,
have-
Marijuana Man.
Yeah, there's a party
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
there's a
gonna-
party
If you're
here
in the
tomorrow.
Vancouver neighborhood,
Hey, what
stop
time's your
on
party
by
start
307 West
I
Hastings.
don't know. What do you want to do? 7?
6,
8
7,
o'clock?
9.
Afternoon,
Doesn't
night,
matter.
what?
I don't
All
know.
day?
3 in the morning.
All week?
Oh,
All week.
Yeah.
I've been going all week, of course.
Uh-huh.
Molly tonight.
That could cost a lot.
Tomorrow at 7 then?
7 o'clock. Several o'clock.
Several o'clock.
Several
that.
o'clock. I like it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. So, yes. Yeah, happy knighting of Sir Isaac Newton Day, too, to everyone. Gravity. Fuck, gets me down.
Yeah. Newton.
And
Smart guy,
I really
Yeah,
hope that one day
kinda.
Isaac Hayes gets knighted.
apparently. Yeah. Never met him, but
Huh?
I said I hope one day Isaac Hayes gets knighted.
And out of prison.
that would be cool. Out of prison.
Both on the same day.
Is he in prison?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Sorry.
Poor guy.
All right, well,
I want
thanks
a free
to
Isaac Hayes t-shirt.
Okay.
everybody for joining us here in the room. Vlad's here. I told you that, didn't I? No, I don't think I
But
did.
is he really?
Sam's here. Come and join Sam for Ganja Yoga down here in the lounge on
Do it. Go ahead. Do it.
10:30 in the morning, something like that. Several days of the week, like Tuesday through Saturday. You doing that? Saturday, Sunday, maybe?
Wednesday, Friday,
Wednesday.
Saturday, and Sunday. At 10 a.m. on the second floor.
Ganja Yoga. Yeah, the floor is covered with ganja. You do all your exercises.
Roll around in it.
Okay. There's different moves that you do, like the hash pipe, and then you do the half hash pipe.
The downward
Take a
trim.
break, take, you know, break,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
whatever sticks to you, you get to keep.
Yeah, whatever
would
weed's
be awesome.
sticking to you.
So
at the
so how,
end
how
is
does it work?
yours.
You
Sounds really
consume you consume cannabis beforehand, and then can people have their bong next to them and take the odd rip during the session?
Yeah, so everyone brings their contribution, and you
Got no mic.
Oh,
Bring your own stuff, is what he's saying.
Cool.
oh, okay.
Well,
we all
that's nice.
smoke and enjoy for about 20-30 minutes.
So,
A good hatha yoga practice for about an hour.
Okay, so
Get
they
your
smoke
yoga on.
smoke and enjoy. Oh, we're giving Sam a mic.
Say to that. That's probably a little easier. Sure.
We heard it, but
Yeah.
you guys didn't.
You guys.
what? I'll
You're
start
on,
there.
Sam.
What?
I'm on.
I have
Ladies
a
and
twin.
gentlemen, this is Sam. Sam is the yogi involved with Ganja Yoga here at 307 West Hastings Cannabis Culture Lounge.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I know. He owes me money.
You're taking me back to some different places. I don't know. Let's not talk about that. But yes, Ganja Yoga. We have it here at the second floor Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. And what we do is we start with people coming in at 10 a.m. You bring in your cannabis contribution, and then we can consume it in whatever way we all want. We vape, bong, but we just have it kind of a relaxed environment with some music, kind of getting us out of the zone of the world. And then we get into a serious hatha yoga practice. It's for all levels. It's we kind of work on the fundamentals, and then after we finish with a nice shavasana. So it's a nice flow. We using this incredible plant with great intention, and we have a lot of meditation involved in it, but it's a great practice. Yeah. Nice rings, marijuana.
Come on down.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Eric's in the house. All right, and yeah, that's all I got. 420's coming up on Monday.
Yeah.
Be there. It's going to be fucking big time.
It will be.
Huge stages planned. The schedule's set. Everything's going to rock and roll. And
Yes.
it's supposed to be beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather. We've got a special guest coming from Germany. We got Martin Berzel from Roar. It's the Roar's 20th anniversary this year, so it's a Roar 20 as well as 420.
Roar 20.
No less than 5 sublimators are going to be given away.
Huge sublimator
that day.
giveaway. Yeah, 5 sublimators have been donated for giveaway.
And 5
podcast.
might be the magic, and about 5,000 joints.
Lots
We'll throw
of
it
joints.
into the
Holy
crowd.
fuck, lots of joints.
That's about
a
how many
lot.
get rolled. So, yeah, it's going to be a blast. Much and more of it will be filmed, and you will all get a chance to see it. I don't know about too much, a little bit of live stuff maybe.
Yeah, we're going to do a live
Technology's
broadcast.
improving through the years, so
Yeah.
we might be able to do some good live stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how close we're going to be able to get. We're going to be shooting out of the window of the Rosewood, Georgia, across the street again.
Nice.
So we kind of just, put our cams out there and do our best. But
That'd be good.
yeah, we try and the problem is the microphone. So we're going to try and see if we can get a microphone that'll beam down there and get a better signal, a directional mic or something. And,
Well, you should just go down the hall at the hotel and knock on the cop's door.
yeah, I
I'll
know
bet
they
have
have
one.
high-tech equipment.
Maybe you could patch into it. Yeah, at least.
You're like, hey, can we
Because
can
you
we
could-
patch into your audio feed?
Yeah,
across the
drone.
way from the art gallery. We're looking at a hotel, and that's where they're going to be filming. But you can see the cops in the window there.
The police
Of
will be
course,
there with
they
the
just
directional
watch.
microphones.
Smile and wave.
And secondhand smoking.
Secondhand smoking, yeah. There's a lottery that goes on with them.
Yeah. I'm going to write that song, Secondhand Smoking.
And also, just on the 420 note, if people are interested in volunteering for 420,
Hey, Mick Mann is here.
we have a 420 meeting this evening at 6 p.m. here at the Vapor Lounge on the second floor, right where we are right now. And if you can't make it down to the meeting tonight, that's okay. You can still come volunteer. Just come down to 420 on April 20th, and we'll put you to work. No problem. We'll find something for you to do. And
Yeah, we always
It's a
need
lot of
lots of
fun.
help and fairly dedicated help. So if you're up for doing lots of fun shit and being around the action and helping out, that'd be wonderful because we could really use your help. Come on down. You'll get a T-shirt. It's actually one of the only few ways you can get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Are we going to have T-shirts for sale?
now we don't usually.
don't usually sell
last
them,
year. We
so.
had T-shirts for sale, the black ones, but we don't have any T-shirts for sale this year.
So yeah, the only way you can get one is to be a volunteer.
That's
so-
right. They're kind of collector's items.
Yeah.
We could
be there.
theoretically, if there was some interest in having them made, we could print them. But there really hasn't. There's some interest in them, but not really that big. I mean, we can make a few extras. So that,
They're going to be auctioned on eBay,
yeah,
on Weed Bay.
Weed Bay. Yeah, on
Big
high there.
shit's gonna
Can you
happen
take
on
pictures?
420. Trust me. So, yeah, come join us. It'll be a blast. And I'm getting out of here. Thanks to
go time.
Jeremiah for being here. And
Fun times. Our camp.
Rose, too,
Hey.
for wise words from both of you. Back and forth, it was wisdom, 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 wisdom. Not so wise, that was pretty good, but I don't believe any of that. And thanks, McMahon just walked in here. I don't know how this even happens, because before he was
Well,
only
Mick's
inside
got a
the
teleportation
computer,
machine.
but not too sure.
Walked out the door then.
Thanks to him for his live report from downtown, uptown. No, what is it called? The beaches? What do we call that area? West End, I guess.
The beach, yeah, the West End.
Yeah, I
We
don't
call
like
it
the
Davie
West
Street.
End, yeah.
So we're calling it Cannabis Culture Lounge Davie, or the Cannabis Culture Store Davie Street, and this one's Hastings. So I don't know. That's probably the best descriptor. I kind of like East and West, but everybody thought that'd be confusing. And then
Between
there might be
China
actual
and
wars.
Russia.
Somebody might end up getting killed.
Traditions
Yeah.
about East and West.
We'd be, yeah.
You better off leaving.
You
it
could
alone.
only
Yeah, rival-
you could only bump Biggie
rival
Smalls
staff.
in this location and only Tupac in the other location.
Staff
there's
will be
not allowed to be
stabbing
any-
each other at events.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I work West Side. Yo, I work
Suge
East
Knight would
Side.
show up and somebody would get run over.
East-West, here's something on the news the other morning that Harper announced that he was sending troops to fucking the Ukraine.
Yeah.
And so, of course, CTV News they have a panel to discuss it. Nobody on the fucking panel was against it. Right? They're all just for it in a different way. Right? So nobody ever says, hey, wait a second. What the fuck are we doing going there? Like,
You know what
what's
they're doing,
going
right?
on here? What the
No,
fuck's this?
one of them's like, well, I think we should throw in more troops, Wolf, and the other's like, well, I think we should actually probably put in just a little bit less troops, but bring the rest of the troops in later.
Harper's going to steal the secret, all of those old traditional egg designs. He's going to steal
That's what it is.
all of the old Ukrainian egg designs.
Yeah.
Harper's going to steal those.
That-
He's
Fabergé.
raiding
War
the
is
Ukraine
about.
while they're tied up with their whole feud. He's like, I'm going to sneak in and steal those egg designs.
And
right.
those stackable
That's
dolls.
exactly what he's
the
doing.
dolls inside the dolls
I'm
inside
gonna
the
steal
dolls.
Easter.
Russian-style dolls, yeah.
That's what Harper's doing. He's stealing
Worth a
Easter.
lot of money.
Stealing Easter.
Yeah.
He already stole Christmas, so.
Yeah. He can have it. We'll get Easter back next year. Easy. Right on. So, thanks, Al.
All right. Thanks for having
Good
me.
to have you back.
to be
Kush
back.
Queen. See you in the reruns.
Yep.
And
See you
thanks
next
to
week.
all you people for joining in and everybody who plays along with us. My Marijuana Man. Peace and pot. See you next time.